some good news today, or maybe not good news, just kind of like a cool indication of what is to be, or a little bit of a echo back of the work that I've done the last couple of months. In two instances, I had clients come back to me to ask for more work, or at least more input, and that has been cool. And who am I? My name is Werner Puchert, and you are listening to Finding Frequency. I was really trying to think about what I can talk about today, and this was kind of two key moments. I mean, actually, yesterday I had one conversation, and then today my phone rang out of the blue, and there was a client on the other side, a client that I did some work with very recently, asking for, more work, more input from my side for a whole different project. And that in itself is extraordinary, because I think when you're a consultant, and in fact, probably in any job that you're in or any work that you do, is that the proof in the pudding is really if someone wants to continue working with you. Of course, it's up to you to decide if you want to work with this person yourself, because it's not about just making money. It's about the joy that you derive out of the projects that you do. But the thing that I've been thinking about a lot this last couple of months, and it's kind of been amplified during the pandemic, is that so many things have changed and people are trying so many different things that it's been a bit of a thing where I've done projects over the last couple of months, and then you do not hear from the client again. They thank you, they say they're happy, but then perhaps move on to do other things. And a lot of what I've experienced is that clients are trying to also find different ways to do things. They're also figuring things out, as I am doing. But at least now, for the last 3 clients that I've worked with, I've had feedback, or at least the indication of intent to do more work. I haven't really closed any additional work, because I'm also looking at how I need to wrap up the rest of the year. Some of the conditions aren't really conducive, because I think the other thing also is that as someone who runs consultancy projects, you also need to make sure that you don't just jump into a new piece of business. You need to see and assess the risks that you run, because the one project that I've been asked to do is very, very short and tight timelines, and I am really concerned about the quality of work I can do in that short timeline. Of course, the kind of hint of additional work that is waiting, the fact that you feel as an entrepreneur always like, is this the last chance that I'm going to have working with this client? And for me, potentially with this client, I'll have to say, I'm sorry, but I have to pass on this one for now, because I don't believe personally I'm going to be able to do the best that I can do. But then also the constraints are just too tight. But what I do take away from this is that I'm super grateful, and I'm feeling encouraged by the fact that someone wants to work with me again, because honestly, the last couple of months has been difficult, because I've been so focused on one single project that, you start to lose perspective of the bigger picture. Well, what's new here in Poland? I actually do not know. I haven't been keeping track of what's going on the border. I haven't really watched much news, even internationally. I don't know. I feel a little bit disconnected. Marta and I was talking about it this morning. As I think the grey weather is now finally kind of settled here, and I experience this every year, where you have this little bit of a gloom, a little bit of a need of vitamin D, and I think that is starting to kick in with me specifically. I'm finding it very hard to focus and also maintain momentum, and I'm in the state at the moment where I really want to kind of minimize a lot of things that I'm doing. I don't know if that's entirely wise to do, because you don't want to shut down too many stuff, but I'm really not super excited in engaging and kind of putting myself out there too much. There are certain projects that I'm continuing, and certain friends that I'm kind of keeping connection with, but it's kind of like a weird time. So if you're one of the people that I'm not talking to at the moment, it's nothing personal. It's just I'm hiding away. I think it's a little bit of a hibernation. And I think sometimes you need that to reassess things. I'm also looking at my social activity on all these digital channels, because I think I've once again, even though I've kind of minimize a lot of it. Like you tend to fall into these traps of spending time on things that are not important, and then you turn around and think, I should have been spending that time with Francie. And I haven't stepped in that trap, but the thing is, you then have to force yourself to kind of minimize our effort. Although I think I'm also kind of stepping in the space where I'm running the risk of that I'm really going to be like a Russian bear, hibernating until early next year. So hopefully that won't happen. Also, kind of peering over the horizon is hopefully a trip to South Africa. I'm keeping an eye on ticket prices. I want to go see my family and friends, and Martha and I have been really talking about it. There's no concrete plans yet, but it's an urgent trip that needs to happen, and I'm really keen to do that, especially to take old Francie to Africa. So we're definitely going to start thinking and considering that, and seeing how things play out for the next couple of weeks. Also, this is one of those sensitive things. You can't wait too long, because that window of opportunity might just close on you again, and then you have to wait even longer. But yeah, so this is kind of the stuff that is going on in my mind. A lot of things to think about. Some 1 or 2 important meetings coming up in the next couple of days that I'm particularly excited about, and having to focus on that and prepare myself for that. So slowly been working towards that, but I do feel like I'm working at 25% of my usual capacity. But then again, as a consultant, you have these highs and these lows, these ups and downs, and it's kind of what you have to deal with. So the extraordinary for today is the fact that people still want me. It feels good. It feels good. I hope you feel the same way.